Hi there, everyone. Happy Wednesday. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here on this now, I guess, second day of this long stretch of dry days. Yesterday, we got away with not seeing any sort of measurable rainfall out of the airport. Today, definitely so. And we'll have some areas of fog kind of here and there, maybe a little less with a weak disturbance moving on through tonight. We'll let you know how that kind of will change things up a bit here as far as how much sunshine we get to see more into the afternoon hours over the next few days. I think it's going to be a bit more extra than here today and what we saw yesterday. Things are looking quiet for the weekend for that Seahawks and 49ers matchup. We'll go over that, plus we'll talk about when the next chance of rain might be back in the picture for us. First, though, let's talk about this milder and warmer air mass, especially as you go higher up into the atmosphere. Snow levels are way up there, between about generally 12,000 feet. They could hover between about 10 to 12,000 feet, depending on where exactly across the Cascades you are. But that's just really more of the point of it's just pretty warm and mild here for this time of the year. And we're going to keep that around here as we go over the next few days. Just slightly cooler, though, as we head on into the start of next work week. We should see multiple days of this morning fog around. Again, we're going to explain how things will change up with that, though, and we'll have less of that around for the next few mornings. And then, yeah, there is some rain possibly on the way as we head later on into next week. Models kind of hinting at that. Of course, we're about a week out, so maybe some things could change with that. So for the time being, we're going to call for a forecast of cloudy heading on into next Wednesday. Dry, though, and sunny during the daytime hours on Saturday, as that playoff game is looking to be a pretty dry one. We'll expect to see more sunshine around, too, for your Martin Luther King Day, just a bit cooler as highs fall back down into the upper 40s. Wanted to give you a look at this vantage point. This is Crystal Mountain, and this is where we have completely clear skies. And really, the nature of fog is it's a low-lying cloud, and it can get all the way down to the surface. And when you're higher up, you're above all of that. So you can see that right here, looking at Crystal Mountain. Again, here, looking at Snoqualmie Pass as well. Things, for the most part, fairly clear and sunny. Stevens Pass, more the same for us there, too. Hurricane Ridge, yeah, melting some of the snow away. But we do have a few clouds up here. What's going on? That's our weaker disturbance beginning to move on through. We'll show you that on satellite imagery here in a second. But looking over at Paradise, you can see the sunshine is with us there. Paulsville, you can see some of those clouds moving on through as we get a little lower in the elevation now, getting closer to sea level. Port Angeles, yeah, more the same there for us too. Let's continue on as we go to Bellingham. A sprinkle or two possible up that way. Our system that's moving through actually is helping to produce more rain up into BC, but down this way into Bellingham, I think we're squeezing out a raindrop or two, as it looks like right now. Tacoma, cloudy skies for us, and Everett, yeah, a few rays of sunshine off into the distance, but generally just a lot of clouds out there as we made our way through our Wednesday. And you can see here a few sun breaks looking from our Columbia Tower camera over towards Bellevue, and here in Seattle, well, it is mostly cloudy. Just a few breaks again in those clouds with temperatures in the low 50s. That wind will come out of the north. It will pick up a little bit here as we head on into the night. So some fog, but not sticking around as long heading on into the day for tomorrow, and overnight lows in the mid 40s. Check this out right here. You can see radar picking up on some of that activity currently as we speak. That is moving through parts of northwest interior and the extreme north coast. Clallam County, we're seeing some of that light shower activity too. Where is it coming from? Well, from this weaker disturbance that's moving just off to our north. You can barely see it, as a matter of fact. You can see that cloud band right there moving out over the Pacific. It's a weaker one. It's weakening as it moves off to the east, but it's enough of a frontal boundary around that it is going to help to pick up our winds just a bit more heading on into the day for tomorrow. Now, check this out right here. You can see how dry of a forecast we have over the next few days. Things are looking very clear here across the entire western U.S. and continuing to stay that way on into Saturday. Here Saturday, Sunday, we're seeing more of the same. You can see the ridge really keeping things dry for us too, and for the most part clear as we head on into Monday. Tuesday, you can start to see some of those clouds returning to the region. More of a disturbance off to the east, but this one coming in from the west, well, that's going to take its time to move its way in here. And so, again, mostly cloudy skies on Wednesday. Maybe a bit of a higher chance coming in to the day on Thursday. But check out what's happening with our winds during this same stretch of time. We expect winds to kind of pick up a bit more as we go throughout more tomorrow and into the day on Friday. So check this out right here. Here again, we are seeing that the winds are beginning to ramp up, and they're coming in from the east. Kind of breezy as we head on into tomorrow morning. That's around 10 to 20 miles per hour. We continue on into the latter part of the afternoon. You can kind of see things remaining breezy, and the setup that we do have, again, is one of what we would typically see during the summer. And this ridge of high pressure is helping to develop a thermal trough. We talk about thermal troughs in the summer. We're talking about a heat wave at that point. Sun angle low enough that it's not going to bring us temperatures and conditions like that for sure. And it really provides less of an impact because of that, because we have that cooler air pooling right here in the lower elevations in some of those valleys. So that keeps us from warming up as much and provides and produces a bit more of an inversion here across the region. But you can see with the winds that we're expecting, that should help to maybe limit some of the fog that's going to be around here as we head on into maybe more so Friday morning and into the day on Saturday morning, because we keep those breezy winds around here for a little while longer. So get ready for a bit of a breezier period into Thursday, Friday, and possibly into the day on Saturday too. But I don't think we're going to see too much wind out there. I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on the 49ers and Seahawks game. So kicking should not be a huge issue. Hopefully, let's not hope that's the problem. We'll see partly to mostly clear skies, kind of crisp as you're going to be out there later on into the evening too, as temperatures continue to drop down into the 40s. All right, tonight's lows generally in the 40s. A few upper 30s could be possible though as we head out into early tomorrow morning. Then highs tomorrow in the upper 40s around Anacortes at 47, 48 in Blaine. We'll top off at 45 in Orcas Island. A little cooler up that way, while seeing highs generally in the upper 40s down this way too, around Camano and Whidbey Island, Snohomish County, 49 in Granite Falls, 49 in Redmond. We'll see a high of 49 in Maple Valley, Bremerton up to 49 degrees, about 48 in Belfair, Puyallup up to 50 degrees, 47 in Tenino. We'll see highs in the upper 40s to low 50s down this way through the Chehalis Valley, going all the way down towards Longview, towards the coast, low 50s there, up through Ocean Shores, eventually more upper 40s around Claylock and Tahola, 51 in Hump Tulips, Quilson getting up to 53, and 48 in Squim. Your 7-day forecast, we got the sunshine for the afternoon hours. Get ready for a lot more of that, and highs generally in the 50s. And again, big thing is for us too, especially once we do start to see a bit more of that fog out there and some chillier temperatures once we head on into the weekend, that most of those overnight lows are staying above the freezing point. So any sort of widespread issues as far as freezing fog shouldn't be much of a problem for us. But we'll continue to keep an eye out for that on you and let you know when the next chance of rain might be back in the picture for those of you wanting to see that again. All right, everyone. Well, have a wonderful Wednesday night. We'll talk to you soon.